What's up guys, this is Massey. Welcome to another video. In this video I want to talk about function 2 over x plus 3. This kind of function is called reciprocal function, or also called rational functions. For this function I want to find out the x-intercept and y-intercept. You need to find the horizontal and vertical asymptotes, state the domain and range, describe the end behavior and behavior around the vertical asymptote. So let's find out the x-intercept first. X-intercept is where y is going to be 0 on the x-axis. So 2 over x plus 3 has to be equal to 0. But we see that it is going to be impossible because the numerator is not 0. So there is no x-intercept. What about y-intercept? Y-intercept when x is 0. So it means that 2 over 0 plus 3 is going to be 2 over 3. So the x-intercept is, y-intercept is 0 and 2 over 3. It's the point that this function crosses the y-axis because x is 0. Then it says find the horizontal and vertical asymptote. Let's start with the vertical asymptote. Vertical asymptote is where the denominator is 0. So we can say, if we call it A, B, C, D, that was A. B is going to be x plus 3 equals to 0. So x is going to be equal to negative 3. So that's the vertical asymptote. What about horizontal asymptote? Horizontal asymptote, when the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator, then we can say that the horizontal asymptote is going to be 0. So horizontal asymptote is y equals to 0. Then it says state the domain and range. So domain is going to be everywhere, but you need to basically get rid of x equals to negative 3 because x's are defined from negative infinity to positive infinity except this point. So it's going to be x x cannot be equal to negative 3. So that's the domain. What about range? Range is going to be y cannot be 0. So that's going to be the range. Now, that was part C. Now let's look at the part D. It says describe the end behavior and behavior around the vertical asymptote. So that's going to be D. If we want to graph it, so the numerator is the positive number and the denominator is a linear function. In this kind of situation, since this one is positive, we're going to have vertical asymptote at x equals to negative 3. And we have something like these two sides on the graph. This one and this one. So that's basically the graph of this function. So let's find out the behavior now. When x approaches to negative 3 from the right hand side, y approaches positive infinity. And when x approaches negative 3 from the left hand side, y approaches negative infinity. So when x approaches negative 3 from positive side, then y approaches positive infinity. When x approaches negative 3 from negative side, y approaches negative infinity. When x approaches positive infinity, y approaches 0. When x approaches negative infinity, y approaches 0. As you see here, and you go right or to the left, y is going to be very close to the x-axis. So these are the end behavior and behavior around the vertical asymptote, and basically all the characteristics we have for function 2 over x plus 3. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave me a comment if you have any question. Thank you for watching and have a great day.